like showing
No,
weapons. Like
it's a
this
fight.
was the only guy who just so they're literally just kind of having a fist fight, whether who's winning or who's not, right? And this guy just pulls out a gun and just starts to shoot.
And just start shooting. That's people. It's 2020. Like no one fights anymore. Von, my friend, he's been in jail all his life. If he got a problem with somebody, he's gonna fight. Yeah, and not saying he won't do other things, and maybe his persona and and the things that occurred with him made the other person come out like that, firing. But there's no intent for that incident to go into gunfire. Von was literally trying to fight him, show him a lesson, and move on with his day. And it didn't turn out that way. But it goes to show too, for that incident, and this is for anybody else, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Like, regardless if something's about to go down, you have to know who is who, what's what, like who's with. None of those was made in a analyst. Like, security didn't know what was going on. His guys didn't know what was going on. He literally off instinct and just not in the right state of mind, just jumped out and went to the situation. Like I said, he didn't even know where so-and-so was. Like, that's how unprepared the situation was for everybody that's claiming that, oh, everybody that was with him is so wrong and left. The man himself did not even know where that person was. He bumped into so-and-so, literally bumped into so-and-so and started fighting. And from that 1.5 seconds of fighting, shots was fired. From not even from the outside where any of the guys could have been like, oh shit, jump, bro. It came literally from the backside. The guy we didn't even know the white car was with so-and-so because nobody was alert. The only person that was alert in that car was myself, his DJ, and one more person, BJ. That was the only person. And by that time they jumped out the car, BJ having common sense, like, hey, hold on, bro. People don't fight no more. Let me go grab this thing just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much he was really the only person that was really, you could say, was armed enough to even situate that. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time I jumped out the car and the DJ jumped out the car, Von was already one step ahead of us. Because we jumped out the car regularly. He leaped out the car and walked straight. That's why you could see from the camera, everybody's trailing him from the back. And I came from the side. By the time I got to the side and they're doing what they're doing, the shooter already came to the same side he was in and shot him and shot myself. And from there, Von was already on the ground. And the police started shooting everything else.
So let me, because at first people thought police actually may have killed Von. Hey, did the police identify themselves like, yo, hey,
oh no,
police, drop all your weapons? Because there's two. You said the other guys who shot Von, right? Mm-hmm. Those were the only shots they fired, but two more people died. So I'm guessing maybe some confusion with the people that were with Von, thinking, yo, there's more people that's trying to get us. So they probably how does
of course, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nobody was aware, like none of the other guys was aware of what was going on. So by the time that Von reacted to the situation, like I said, he jumped out the car. I'm jumping out the car behind him. You got his DJ. You got one more person that went back to the car to prepare himself because he knows certain things that might happen. It was already too late. That 1.5 second of him jumping out the car, bumping into so-and-so, the shooter already shot him from his angle. And everybody else coming towards him was getting shot at by the officers. The other two people that died from bullet wounds from the officers. Were they right? I wouldn't know. Were they wrong? I wouldn't know. But I know it was undercovers and wasn't no shots to wound, to drop weapon. It was straight execution style shots. And wrong or right, that's on a judge or whoever to decide. It's not up to me. But I do know that when you guys see everybody ducking for cover, it wasn't ducking for cover for the guy that's shooting Von. Because after he shot Von, that was it. Like he got shot right there. He was already wounded. It's shots from everywhere else that everybody was concerned of. Cars was running people over. People was getting shot. Other people was with armed weapons was in danger because police. If you had a weapon on you that day, I believe you would have got shot. That's my honest belief.
You said Vaughn was conscious when he was on the ground, even he was trying to hold like the person to shield himself. Um, when he got to the hospital, was he conscious then? And was there any way how maybe he could have survived this?
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there, but the gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, "Hey, calm down, slow down, chill. I'm gonna be good. Just get me to the hospital." So he was very calm in the situation, which I was told. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine. But looking at the footage, that was a very close range shot, and multiple close range shots. So it's God had other plans that night, and it's sad, and unfortunately, we heartbroken as a community and as family and friends that he died that way. But that's that's something that we can't even explain. I personally, and I know his family and his friends, wish that he survived that. You know,
Was he alive at the hospital? Do you know?
I believe he died during surgery.
Okay.
So,
Communicate with his family, as you just mentioned, as a manager and someone, again, while one of the reasons why you move around with artists, and especially the artists that you move around with, you probably are no stranger to some of the things that could happen.
for sure.
In a situation like that, like, how do you even proceed? How do you communicate with people who love him or otherwise? I know he had a few guys there as well, but like, how do you handle that?
Right now, my as a team, our number one focus is to make sure that his immediate family is taken care of. His mom, his his sisters, his brothers. Vaughn had 2 kids. Just making sure they got a trust funds, whatever income. And Vaughn wasn't signed to nobody. He just had commitment projects with Empire, so he owns all his masters. He wasn't an artist that sold his publishing, so everything belongs to him. God, which is amazing, and it's a blessing from God, because his kids and his family will be good for the rest of their life, because it's not like he got to go buy his master's back, or he got to go, oh, he's getting a piece of publishing. He gets everything that belongs to him. Once he recoup the project commitments that he had with Empire, he's gonna be a very lucrative artist.
So I'm guessing there might be more music to come later, right? If the family so wishes.
For sure, Vaughn have 9-10 videos with him, with his artists. He have 2 more projects he could drop. Vaughn was an artist that work ethic was phenomenal. So he overworked everybody in the building. So he have a lot of music. And just to clear a couple of rumors, I see that some of the rumors going on that some of the family saying that the his acquaintance stole.
Yeah. That they went to his house, grabbed the Louis bag, and stole. Is that true?
Listen, guys, that is false, guys. Let me tell you something about these guys that's with Vaughn. Not only wouldn't they take $1 from Vaughn because he provided for them to his death, those are, how regular people have friends and they have friendships? These guys are not regular friendships. They're, for some reason, the O Block and the Chicago friendship is deeper than anything. I'm amazed on how they move with each other. These are people that would give their life for each other, which you've seen 2 of them actually did. So there's no way that they would steal anything from Vaughn. And not only that, I myself made sure that the same day that Vaughn died, all 6-7 other guys that's with him just got a deal for $50,000 each. And each of them just made $5,000 in their pockets the same night. We was celebrating Bostop's birthday and his artists or his homeboys signing. So what purpose would they have? What purpose would they need to go steal when they just made $50,000? All the guys just made $50,000 that night on signing a distribution deal for projects with Vaughn cosign. And that night alone, I passed out $5,000 to each individual. So there's no need for no money. And the bond that we have with the gentlemen in Vaughn, they would come to me before they have to steal. Because just like Vaughn was a provider for them, I was a provider for them. Durk is a provider for them. So there's nobody in that house that would dare steal from Vaughn after all he have done did for them and what he's continuing to do for them even after that. That don't even make no sense. But everybody more different. Everybody's speculating. So I can't fault the family for making assumptions, but that's not right, guys. Let's not drag the people that he stand on and the legacy he stand on, because Von's legacy was his home, was his guys. That's why everybody had O-Block chains. So everybody was around him. That's why he was on O-Block every single day. We just was in the process of buying a house for his guys, cars for his guys. Literally, all this is the process of going down in the next week or so. So this is somebody who stand on the same people y'all dragging. The same people that y'all dragging on social media is the same people he would die for and would die for him. And that's the part I don't like, because you guys are spectators, and it's not a problem to be a spectator and you have your outside opinion. But when you are dragging the same people this man lived for, you're not doing Vaughn any justice. How are you really helping Vaughn by dragging the same people that he lived and died for? How? They're mourning just like y'all mourning.
Have you talked to Durk?
I spoke to Durk a couple times.
I could imagine Durk's going through it. He recently deleted his Instagram. How is he doing mentally?
Durk is a very strong individual. And Durk been through this rodeo before. And Durk is somebody I respect and honor, and have the most love for it, like genuinely. He's going through a tough time right now. He's figuring it out just like we figuring it out. And unfortunately, there's nothing he could have did about it because he wasn't there, and legally he couldn't be there. And maybe if Durk was there, he could have been that voice, because Durk is one of the people that Vaughn look up to and listen to. He could have been that voice that's like, hey, chill out. There's a lot of things going on. Let's do this another time. And unfortunately, I am one of the voices that Vaughn listened to. He listened to me for about 2 years. A lot of my artists give me that respect due to my history and due to the way I move and carry myself with them. But for some reason that night, it wasn't a chance to speak. Everything happened. Like the footage you guys seen and digesting and taking critics on is 2.5 seconds of altercations. You guys are trying to make this like this was planned. His guys were supposed to know. They was there. Security was there. They had fire. Why they didn't blow? Literally, one representative came to the car. From there, 1 second later, Vaughn was out the car. From there, 1 second later, Vaughn was shot. And then from there, police started shooting. The night was over. What time does anybody have to even do anything? At this point, guys is shot. They homeboys getting killed in front of them. Vaughn getting shot. Police shooting. Everybody is in a state of panic because it wasn't a situation where it was digested and it was put out there in the right way. It was Vaughn, and I love Vaughn to death. And like I said in the beginning, Vaughn is somebody I would put my life with. He know how to move. He carry himself great. He's one of the people that if he's in a city, he's in the club, he's watching everybody, he knows. For some reason that night, I don't know why, I really can't explain, Vaughn did not move like Vaughn would move. His guys didn't know what was going on. The few people that did know what was going on wasn't too quick to react because it was a fast-paced situation, guys. I can't carry no firearm. You know what I'm saying? Security carried my firearm. Legally, I can't carry firearm. So there's no way that the people that was in the car with him and the one person that went to get the firearm to situate him end up getting shot by the police. So it's like, you guys got to stop making speculations going around like his guys knew what was going on and they just straight left Vaughn. Bro, these guys will die for Vaughn. To this day, I'll stand on that. Everybody that y'all trying to drag on the internet, y'all don't have half of the loyalty they have for Vaughn. Y'all probably don't have half of the loyalty they have for y'all family like they have for Vaughn. So all this going on, like they left him for dead, take off the old block chains, y'all don't know like y'all don't even know what the fuck went on that night to even say those type of things. Half of those guys didn't even know what was going on. Then the other half was in shock. Their homeboys getting killed right in front of them. Then half of us was trying to move away from getting shot from the police. And by the time Vaughn got shot, what from the footage, who could have possibly have Vaughn from the way the incident happened and got shot? It's not like the shooter was far range. He came from the side and bro, that was a blind shot. Literally, the shooter was as close as Vaughn like this. Me, Vaughn, the shooter. It's God grace that I got shot through the leg, not anything else. Because the way he was shooting, he just shot straight for Vaughn. So you guys got to stop this, bro. Because if y'all really, if the fans, if y'all mourning and y'all really care for Vaughn, bro, stop tarnishing his legacy. Stop. His legacy is those same guys you guys dragging. He lived and died by those guys. That's the same guys he broke $100,000 to. That's the same guys that traveled every day to the shows. That's the same guys that made sure he was protected every day. Those are the same guys that's mourning right now, lost, completely lost, tarnished, heartbroken from an incident that happened. And you guys are not doing any justice by dragging everyone, bro. Please,
Hey,
like, send your condolences.
what do you say to, you know, certain people who say, yo, now because of this is like a Chicago versus another region. And, you know, we saw like other Chicago artists, they're like, yo, they pulling up and like, do you see this escalating? Or do you think at this point, this could be handled in a way where we're not losing the lives of more black men?
Honest truth, I can't speak for his acquaintances and I can't speak for the individuals that feels a certain way about the incident because I'm not them. What I can say is that we've seen where violence and we've seen where taking things through the extreme gets everyone. We lost a real good hearted person who not only cared for strangers, not only cared for his guys, cared for his family, cared for his fans. This is someone who stood on loyalty and respect and principle. So all I can say is that I don't want to lose any more guys like him. I don't want to lose any acquaintances of mine. I don't want to lose anybody from Chicago. I don't want nobody to put themselves in a position to where they could get incarcerated or they could lose their life. It's deeper than an altercation that happened. Yes, he lost his life, but losing your life is not going to bring his life back. That's the best way I could answer that.
Nah, I get you. Like again, the internet been going really crazy with so many rumors, so many things. I'm glad you've actually spoken up because you know after hearing you speak, it don't look like you're trying to like defend yourself. You're really saying the people in terms of like uh the guys who he's been rocking with from O Block and the people who surrounded him, they weren't snakes. They weren't people who just ran and left them. They weren't people who weren't they didn't stand for him like how he would stand for them. You get me? And I think that narrative is kind of it's hurtful. It's hurtful because you know they're probably watching this, their family members is watching this, and also his family's watching this, maybe not knowing what to believe because they weren't there. Um again, yeah, I look at what like Asian Doll is saying, and you know, I I think she has to chill out. She
She
got
had,
to chill out.
I, I before I got on here with you, I told her chill out on the phone, and I told her, hey, bro, it's not about you, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this for Vaughn and his legacy's sake because the way and even with the way she tweeting, if I didn't come and tell you that she's talking to Vaughn through the spiritual realm, you guys wouldn't even know that. Y'all would have think Vaughn literally called her and told her this.
Yeah, we would think that he was probably on his deathbed in the hospital, telling her that like all these guys are fake and they
Come
pretty
on,
much
Ad.
set me up. You know what I mean?
Come on,
Like
Ad.
that's how it was sounding. Um, wow, wow. Any information about? I know it's super early, but still arrangements for maybe a homegoing service Any way fans could pay their respects, any way people could continue the legacy, and also just mourn together as a collective, because a lot of people liked him, whether they were fans, friends, um, like family, whoever.
Right now, myself and my team are, reaching out to his mom, and all those things are getting processed. And when we do have more information, we'll definitely give it to the public so his fans and his supporters and anyone who genuinely loved him could come and show their respect, and we can mourn together. And guys, just on the final say so, I'm not mad that the world is hurting, because we lost someone dearly. And you guys, and I don't know how impacted Vaughn, I don't know how impactful Vaughn was to certain individuals. And you guys could mourn, the family's mourning, we're mourning. I mean, I myself, not only mourning, been shot, going through all type of legal situations, just trying to figure it out. But I just want you guys to have the compassion to understand. And this is the whole point of me calling act. There's a plenty times I could have called act on other speculations.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm here, guys, is to let you guys know the way you guys are dragging the same people he lived and died with is not helping Vaughn, is not paying tributes to Vaughn. If anything, if you guys are disrespecting the same guys he lived and stood and died for, how are you really mourning for him? How are you really bettering him going forward? How? Especially on a 3-4 second video camera angle. Come on, guys, let's do better than that, because these guys are literally hurting right now. They just lost someone past a brother. They just lost a provider. They just lost someone who was changing their whole life. You gotta remember, Durk changed Vaughn's life. Vaughn was in the process of changing their lives. And it's not gonna stop. I know for a fact I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep this shit going. It's Get Back Gang forever. And the same guys you guys are dragging, I'd rather you guys come and support, because at the end of the day, these are the guys that's gonna keep his legacy going. Not Asian Dog, not his family, not to be rude. It's the same guys that have those old block pieces on their neck. It's the same guys that was in the trenches with him. The same guys that was there when he was locked up. The same guys that was here at every show. The same guys that slept on the floor when it's 15 of them in one house because they didn't want to leave his side. It's the same people y'all dragging. These are not strangers. These are not friends that he met 3 months ago. These are people this man knew since what, 7 years old? Come on, bro. You really think from the whole drill era, from them losing, you know how much people they lost together? You know behind every O Block chain, they have the death names of members that died? You guys probably don't know that. Behind every O Block chain, these guys share 3 to 4 people death that they have to live with for the rest of their life. Vaughn just celebrated his best friend birthday on the 31st, the day he dropped his album, with the same guys. And you guys are going on the media dragging the same guys that hurting, that's going through the same stuff that we're going through. And you have no respect for anything else. All y'all see is a straight, yo, they fake, they snakes, they that, Asian Dog coming left, family between this. Come on, man. Like I told from the very beginning, I'm not here to defend myself. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm here to defend Vaughn's legacy. I'm here to defend what he stands for and what he stand on. He stand on O Block. He stand on his guys. He stand on his family, which is the same people you guys dragging. So y'all not doing Vaughn any justice by dragging these guys, bro. They're hurting right now. Y'all think y'all hurting? Y'all not hurting more than these guys, bro. They was there to physically see they main person, their provider, they childhood friend die for no reason. Couldn't do nothing about it. And you guys have the audacity to try to make them look like the bad guy. At this point, bro, if you don't have anything to say positive about Vaughn or his situations, just leave it alone, because y'all wasn't there.
Yeah, man. Powerful. Listen, I'm glad you decided to speak out. It gave you gave me some clarity before, but I think this is gonna give much more clarity. And there's probably gonna still be people who are skeptical because again, when you're mourning and death sometimes is such a irrational thing, and circumstances around death. Because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna listen to this and be like, nah, I know Vaughn. Nah, Vaughn wouldn't do that. Nah, and it's gonna like not for everybody what you're saying as a witness, as someone that was there, will be
He got shot.
convincing
Yeah,
and also got shot behind it. It people are gonna always go with the story that comforts their grief or their own thoughts. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel Asian Doll is tweeting all that stuff out because she feels like I don't know how their relationship was, but maybe they could have been closer before,
mm-hmm.
and maybe she could have been more involved in his life, at least right before then. And maybe that's how it's coming out because I seen she's tweeting stuff out like, "Hey, listen, yo, I wish I was there," type of stuff, and like, that's why y'all, if you were a hood dude, you gotta have your girl there. And I'm like, she's feeling some guilt, but hopefully that guilt doesn't come in trying to make other people who had his best interest and also his safety and wanted to protect him make them look like the bad guy. You get me?
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's love. Asian Doll and Vaughn really had a real relationship. It wasn't no internet relationship, and she's definitely hurt because Vaughn loved her, truly loved Asian Doll, and Asian Doll truly loved Vaughn. And I mean, no disrespect to Asian Doll. I mean, I know you mourning, and we're mourning together, but it's not right what you're tweeting and what you're doing because you're not helping Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? You're not by doing that. How are you helping someone by tarnishing what they stand for? That's the question I got for everybody. How are you helping the person that died legacy if you're tarnishing it, especially on false accusations? And I'm not trying to put you out by the spiritual thing and you're speaking to them to the afterlife. Because hey, maybe you do have a superpower that you could speak to the dead. I'm not sure, but that's not facts. That's not proven facts. So don't start speculations that people could turn around and believe as facts when it's not. And to the family of Vaughn, and sincerely, you know what I'm saying? I know what you guys going through. I can't imagine to lose. I lost my mother at an early age. I can't imagine what y'all going through to lose someone. But come on, guys. Accusing his guys of stealing and doing this, that's not right. You guys, maybe you guys wouldn't know because you guys wasn't as close to his guys as he was, as we was. But all that is fake. All that is false. All that is speculations. What Vaughn stand on is the same thing those guys stand on, and those guys stand on that with me, and I'm not even as close to them as Vaughn was. So let's do better, guys, and long live King Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Long live Louis. Long live Slutty. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate they lost their life in a crazy situation, but let's stop doing the blame game, please. Let's stop doing the blame game. It's not gonna help anybody. It's not gonna bring him back. Let's remember him for what he was, the best storytelling artist at all times, and a great musician and a real deal gangster that lived and died on what he stand on. Good or bad. Good or bad. He lived and stand on it. And I appreciate everyone for sending their condolences and checking on BJ. And I know the fans is picking their heroes. The guy in the white, he was there the whole time. The guys, all those guys did the same thing that he did, okay?
Who was the guy in the white?
Wow.
Okay.
All of them did the same thing he did. And if you could see on the camera, he even moved back when shots was getting fired. At one point, there was no one by Vaughn but so-and-so and Vaughn. Then everybody else came back once it dimmed down. Nobody else did nothing different. Please stop bashing everybody. Stop bashing the DJ. Stop bashing people just because y'all want to feel pain. Y'all want to bring it upon them. Like, that's not right. That's not right, bro. For real.
No, 100%. Yeah, we're gonna leave it here. Listen, I'm again, long live King Von. We're all mourning. obviously, like, this isn't a time to compare who's mourning more, who's feeling what pain. We all loved tremendous artist, and for the people who are close to him, um, this is a different process. And again, I don't think no one ever gets used to death, man. I'm wishing you a speedy recovery, man. Like,
Mm-mm.
again, hey, not all managers is moving around with artists. You know, like a lot of people, they're managers and they just kind of chill back and do the deals. Like you're in a very you're in a hot seat. I don't know if that changes your opinion on maybe moving around with artists as you have,
Oh,
but I'm glad you actually spoke, and hopefully, hopefully we can have more conversations like this when it's appropriate. When it's
no.
appropriate. I know they got fans got a million questions about Melly Descent Third. Obviously, you didn't ever feel it was appropriate that you should ever need to say or correct anything, and that's exactly why you haven't spoken on that. So, hey, we'll leave that as that as well. Um, we'll definitely speak more, but for everybody who's watching, I think the message is loud and clear. Respect the people who are around them. Allow people to mourn, but also don't use your own mourning to just be a way to disseminate pure fiction. Okay. Any last words, my man?
You know, shit. Free my little brother Melly. He'll be home soon. Long live King Von. Long live Louis. Long live Slutty. And get back game forever.
All right, man. Definitely. All right. Listen, everybody, please, just show some support to the guys. And listen, that's a wrap.